An orphan boy enrolls in the school of wizardry, where he learns the truth about himself, his family, and the terrible evil that haunts the magical world. Ooh. Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review, and this time it's on the movie Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This movie was nominated for 3 Oscars, another 20 wins, and another 74 nominations. And the main cast in this is Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, Alan Rickman, Richard Harris, Maggie Smith, Robbie Coltrane, Saunders Triplets, Fiona Shaw, Harry Melling, Richard Griffiths, Derek Deadman, Ian Hart, Ben Borowicki, Warwick Davis, Vaughn Troyer, John Hurt, Richard Bremmel, Gerardin Somerville, Harry Taylor, and Julie Walters. Pretty good cast. Very good, great, very good cast. Alright, so I have a few things to talk about. So before we get into my thoughts and feelings about this movie, I do have a few things I need to talk about. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the title, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I've heard this movie under another name. Yeah, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Which one is the more accurate one? Well, when it first came out, the original title was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And then later on, in America and in the US and Canada, it was renamed as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And that is, as I was watching the movie, I can understand why they renamed it. And to be honest, truth be told, this is the more accurate title to this movie. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. That's for the US and Canada. Other countries, it depends where you live. Some other countries call this Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and other ones call this Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So for the other countries, it depends where you live. Oh right, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was that. So before I get into that, let's get into my feelings about this movie. Let's start with the cast. Truth be told, most of the acting in this movie was actually pretty awesome. But there are a few nitpicks from me. And that being said, the main gripes I have with the acting is really Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint. But that being said, they were just starting out pretty much. And this movie skyrocketed them to fame. And truth be told, I wouldn't say in this one they were amazing. They were not amazing. And at the same time, they were not good. They were in between. I would have to say, for the time, 2001, they were very good actors and actress. They were very good actors. But that being said, later on in other ones that I'm eventually going to get to, they just got better over time. They were just starting out. It's understandable. They weren't great yet. They were very good though. They just weren't on the same level as the rest of the actors. Yeah. That being said, this is where I do have to talk about something else here. There was one actor in here, Richard Harris. Richard Harris. He played. Now I forget his name. I remember. I remember the name before. Dumbledore. Dumbledore. There you go. He played Dumbledore. And after he was done this movie, this was the only one that he was in. This was the only one that he was in. Why? Because shortly after this movie, sad to say, he died. He died. Yeah, so the crew, the director, producers, writers, they had to find another actor to do Dumbledore. Yeah, for the rest of them, and it was another person, another actor. I don't remember his name right now, but I will get to him when we go to the other ones. Yeah. And the other thing that I also had to talk about, I totally forgot to tell you guys before, was, oh my god, I'm forgetting things now. Let's continue on, and hopefully I'll remember what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so the graphics for its time and type, awesome. This falls under teen fantasy, adventure, family, fantasy, holiday. Do I agree with the genres that this falls under? Yes, except for one. It's not a holiday movie. I'm sorry, but it's not a holiday movie. No. Anyhow. I already talked about that. So I've talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. The story. That would be the last thing to talk about. What do I think about the story? So, first of all, I need to let you guys know I've never read the books. I never read the books. I'm sorry to say. Even before this movie came out, I knew about at least about this one by the book. I knew about it. I just never read it, and I'm appalled with myself that I never read this one or any of the ones that came afterwards. I'm appalled by myself because from what I've been told, they're actually great books. I believe they're novels. So great novels. Yeah. And the story itself, plot, this was almost pretty much kind of originality at the time that the book came out, and putting it to movie here, it was very, very original. To this day now, it's not as original as it once was, because things have come out afterwards. But for its time and type, I would have to say the plot itself is very, very good. Very good. And I have no complaints against the plot. The way that it's written, though, for the most part, I think they did a very good job with it. But the thing is, there were certain places where I was kind of nitpicking this time around while I was watching this. Yeah, I was kind of nitpicking at times because some of the dialogue, I'm like, no, you need to talk. That's not proper English. Proper English would be this way. It would be this way. And yeah, no, that's my only gripe with it, really. With the story, with the way that it's written itself. Yeah, but maybe, yeah, that was it, really. That's all that I really need to talk about. And now I remember what I wanted to talk about before. Why am I doing this again? Why am I doing this review again? Yes, I've done this review before. Once before on this channel, and but the thing is, I did not do it properly. I did not do it properly. If you go and watch it and then watch this, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Why I didn't do it properly. This was the first movie, the next movie on my list to watch. Yeah. And so there's going to be a few of them back to back here. Not all, but a good part of them will be back to back here. I don't mind spoiling that. I really don't, because it's going to be the next ones coming out. Anyhow, IMDb with all the use combined gives this movie a 7.7 out of 10. What do I think? Well, my thoughts. I think this one might be the black sheep of the series. The black sheep. But that being said, it's not bad. It's not bad. I kind of agree with IMDb's rating. I thought this was a very good attempt. A very good start to the movie series of this movie series of Harry Potter. And I give this none other than a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. That's my rating. Anyhow, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And if you love this movie or did not love this movie, you can let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. I always love the comments whether you love the movie or hate it. You can like this video, like this review, and you can subscribe to my channel if you love my content. So thank you all for taking time to watch. Join me next time for another movie review I intend to do soon. I am out.